Hare Krishna. My name is Rohini Kishore Das. We'll start with short prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Namo Vishnupadaya Krishnapishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namne Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaurvani Pracharine Nirvisheshunyavadi Pashate Deshtarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna. So today we'll be discussing our next presentation, which is the story of Puranjan, taken from fourth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 25th to 28th, which is known as Puranjan section, Narada's innovative preaching. Um, there are various ways to speak Srimad Bhagavatam when the other person, the who is the listener, is not able to understand directly the message of Srimad Bhagavatam. Then great devotees like Narada, they tell some stories, and out of those stories, they give a very big lesson, very informative lesson for the Jivatma who is suffering in this material world. So here in this section, King Prachin Bharishit, who is doing all fruitative activities by killing all the animals, is being stopped by uh, the great devotee of the Lord Narada. But he's not able to understand what Narada Muni is trying to say. So Narada Muni speaks this Puranjan section, the story of Puranjan, which is an allegorical story, which is not a true story, but it is a just to teach a lesson to the listener. Great devotees can create such kind of allegorical stories. So Puranjan story is one of them. So let's discuss from chapter 25 to 28, canto 4, the Puranjan section. So he tells, Narad Muni tells Prachin Bharishit that you are killing animals is all karma bandhafasa. You are being creating more and more karmas for your next life. All these animals are waiting for you to kill you or to punish you in the hell with iron horns. Geheno karmanagati, as Bhagavad Gita also says that even a small sin is committed by us, by the living entity, will be will be fructified in the coming time, as Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu also Rupa Goswami speaks about kutam bijam prarabdha or prarabdha phala. So all these kinds of karmic reactions are going to come to you. So but Prachin Bharshi is not understanding what Narada Muni is trying to say. So he begs Narada Muni, please tell me in a simple way that how I am able to understand the knowledge of the Shastras, the essence of the Shastras. So Narad Muni speaks about the story of Puranjan. So it starts from text 9 from chapter 25, canto 4. The Puranjan, which means one who enjoys in the body. Puram means the body. As we say, Jagannath Puri. Puri means the place, the city. So here the Puram means the city, and Jana means the living entity who is living in the city. Similarly, our body is like a city. A city of nine gates. We have nine openings in our body: two eyes, two nostrils, two ears, one mouth, two one genital, and one rectum. So there are nine total holes in our body. So this body is like a puri, which means Puram, the whole city. And Jana means the living entity. The Jivatma is living in this city and is suffering in this city of nine gates. So Puranjan means one who enjoys in the body. Then in text 10, there's a description of an avigyata sakha. Just remember this. We'll come to this in the end of the story. Who this great friend of Puranjan is? His name is Avigyat. Avigyat means who is not knowable, who is not easily understandable. Avigyat. There's a friend whose name is Avigyat. So this Puranjan, what he's trying to do, he's trying for a suitable place to live. He's moving here and there. He wants to enjoy. basically, like everyone of us in this material world. Purushah prakritisto hi bhungte prakriti jan guna karanam guna sangasya sad asad joni janam. So Bhagavad Gita 13.22 says that when the Jivatma thinks that I am the enjoyer, he or she tries to enjoy onto the material nature. पुरुषः प्रकृतिस्थो ही भुंक्ते प्रकृति जान गुना, and he wants to enjoy more and more in this material world. So he's also, Puranjan is also trying to look for a city in which he can live and enjoy for the rest of his life. And then he comes to a place which is called Bharat Varsha, and which is a city of nine gates. There are nine gates. So this is basically describing that living entity gets a body, a material body, in which there are nine gates. Like basically this has been description of the human body only. There are nine gates in a human body. Then text 14 describes that this place where he has landed is very beautiful. It's all landed by surrounded by parks and walls. There are domes of gold, silver, iron, and then there are valuable jewels. And then that Prabhupada describes in his purpose that these valuable jewels are compared to the various plans the living entity makes in his life. Assembly house is there in the city, which is like the heart or the hridaya or the mana, mind of the living entity, in which is the assembly out of all these sense gratificatory plans. And there are various streets, like air is blowing within the veins and arteries of the body. So there's just various streets in which the living air, the pranavayu is flowing. Then there are lakes and gardens in which are representing of various sex impulses, various aromas are there, which is denoting the various sex impulses. And then there are various children who are like non-violent animals, and there's a wife who is cooing of cuckoo. The wife's when wife speaks to a man, the husband, he speaks as if a cuckoo is speaking. So man gets very much agitated and attracted towards his wife. Punsa istri amatni bhavametam, as Srimad Bhagavatam explains, that this is the main reason of the living entity to be entangled in this material world, the attraction of the woman towards the man and attraction of men towards the woman. Whosoever thinks himself or herself to be the enjoyer, he is Purusha. But there is only one Adi Purusha, Ishvara Param Krishna, Satchidananda Vigra, Anadir Adir Govind, Sarvakaram Ka. There's only one Adi Purusha who is Krishna himself. So there's only one Purusha. Rest, everything one is a material nature. And living entities also material nature is to be enjoyed rather than to be an enjoyer. Only Krishna is the enjoyer. But when living entity with wife and children, he becomes attracted to this kind of city. Then, looking forward to this city, he came across a woman, very beautiful woman, which has been compared to material intelligence, the bhautik buddhi, the material intelligence. And this material intelligence captures and enamors totally this living entity who's Puranjan. You can see in this picture the Puranjan standing, and there is a beautiful woman over here whose breasts are very beautiful, whose buttocks are very beautiful, who's wearing a very beautiful dress, and hair are very beautiful, eyes are very beautiful. He becomes totally attractive as a living entity gets attracted towards Maya or the material intelligence. And that woman is protected by five hooded snake, which means that there is of this city, the city is being protected by this five hooded snake, which is the five pranavayu, pran, apana, vayan, samanudan. These are the five hooded snake which is protecting the whole city, and there are 10 servants with this woman, which are five material senses and five knowledge acquiring senses, and five karmendriya and gyanendriya. Five karmendriya, five gyanendriya. So these are the 10 servants and five hooded snake are there. And woman said, this city of nine gates is for the sense gratification. So this body is for the sense gratification. The material intelligence says to the living entity, this human body is given to you for this more and more sense gratificatory plans. So live here for hundred of years. So that's what everyone is doing in this material world. So Narmuni is trying to give this very crisp knowledge that this material body is not for your enjoyment. It is for the enjoyment of the supreme personality of Godhead, but everyone because of the polluted material intelligence. Uh, uh, Punanti te Vishayavadushitashayam. Bhagavatam says that the goal of the life of everyone in this material, every living entity is being polluted with this material intelligence. So there are nine gates in the city. Five gates are eastern, one northern, one southern, and two western. What are these nine gates? Five gates which are eastern, which are front facing. As the front is the like the east part where the sun rises. So you can see the two eyes, two nostrils, and one mouth. So these five gates are eastern. Hmm? And two one southern is our right is southern, one ear is the southern gate, one left ear is the northern gate, and um, two western, the rectum and the genital, they are the western openings. So what are the names of these five gates which are eastern? Khadyati and Avirmukhi, these are the two eyes, left eye and the right eye. That's been explained in the further section. Khadyati and Avirmukhi, the two nostrils, Nalini and Nalini, and the Mukhya, the Mukha. This is the name of this gate is Mukhya. What are the name of the northern gate? Northern is the left ear. Sorry, it's been is the northern is the left ear, which is Pitrahu, and southern is the right ear, which is the Devahu. Hmm? And then western Asuri, the uh, genitals are called Asuri, and the other western gate is the Nirati, the rectum. So all these Western countries, why are they been called Western? This is very significant over here. The Western country, or the culture of West, which is only involved in the genitals. They have only sense gratificatory plans through the genitals. So that is why they have been called East Western countries. So in the next text, it's been described that by saying all this and seeing the beautiful woman, the Puranjan becomes totally flabbergasted and totally attracted towards the beauty of this woman, this material intelligence, and towards this city of nine gates. He wants to live there and enjoy as much as he can for hundreds and hundreds of years. He dances as a pet animal. There's a conversation section between the material intelligence and the living entity Puranjan. Then living entity also says, the material intelligence also says to the living entity Puranjan that you are also very beautiful. Who doesn't want to have as one's husband? So both of get married and they live in this city for hundreds of years. And then in the next chapter, 26th chapter, there's a description that it starts with one man is not being satisfied with one woman. So similarly, Puranjan is not satisfied with material intelligence. So he goes to a forest for the hunting purpose, which is called Panchaprashtha. The name of the forest is Panchaprashtha, which means there are five sense objects: the sense of touch, smell, sound, and form. Uh, so there are five sense objects. This is the name of the Panchprashta, the name of the forest where the Puranjan goes to hunt, and is accompanied by 11 commanders, five knowledge acquiring senses, five karmendriya, and five. And one is mind. So there are 11 commanders. There's a chariot of five horses. The five the sense objects is being told. Two wheels of the chariot are, one is sinful life, one is religious life. There are two explosive arrows in his with him. What are the two explosive arrows? They are ahamta and mamta. Hmm? Just moham aham amiti, as Bhagavatam say, ahamta and mamta, me and mine. These are two explosive arrows. And three flags are there on his chariot. Three flags are what? The Satoguna, Tamoguna, and Rajoguna. There are seven coverings. What are the seven coverings? Like there's seven coverings of the body: flesh, bones, marrow, semen, blood. So there are like seven coverings for this body. And then after doing this, killing so many animals, he comes back to his palace. So the next chapter starts when he comes back to his palace. He satisfies his hunger and have dinner. He satisfies his hunger and thirst. Then goes back to his room for sexual indulgence with his wife. But he doesn't find his wife over there. His wife is there on the floor. because material intelligence, which is the wife, he says, "Why have you left me?" So now he's the living entity Puranjan. What he is doing, um, um, he's trying to pacify his wife. So the aprakrishta chetana, the chetana is like very much polluted for because he's hankering for sex at this time. So that is what every living entity, every man in this material world is doing, who is having a material intelligence. The whole day he works like a donkey. So that is why this material world is called Pavarga. Uh, uh, Pavarga means Pa Pha Ba Bha Ma. Pa is parishram. He does so much of parishram, so much of work, and then he gets tired. Then fur is the fena. The fourth froth comes out of his mouth by working so hard. Is this like a donkey when he works so hard? The fena, the fourth froth comes out of his mouth. Fur bur. Bur means bandhan, which is the cause of his more and more bonding to this material world. Bha means fear, bhai. Then every living entity in this world enjoys, collects so many things. Then he's very fearful that my life, my family, my in my this money is not been stolen by anyone. He's always fearful. Then finally, the mrityu. So this is material world is called as pavarga. So with this aprakrish chetana and kama kashmala chetasa, his intelligence is totally been swept away by sense gratificatory thoughts. So he enjoys with his wife in material intelligence, and he begets 1100 sons and 110 daughters. So then they lived for hundreds of years. Now, what happens in a living entity's life? He works the whole life, creates a like a cocoon that silkworm makes a cocoon around himself, and finally he dies between that cocoon only. So similarly, the living entity like Puranjan enjoys the whole life, gets so much of money, collects so much of wealth, position, power, family, and then finally, what happens? The old age comes and the death comes. As I said in the Pavarga, Ma comes the Mrityu, the last one. So what it is now happening? There's a twist in this chapter. Then the king of Gandharva Loka, whose name is Chandavega, who has 360 soldiers and 360 wives of those soldiers, which means 360 is been described here of the 365 days of the year. So in this one year, there are 360 days and 360 nights. So 360 soldiers and their 360 wives, total 720 days and nights. Total 360 days and 360 nights. And there's the five-hooded serpents who began to defend the city of Puranjan. The Chandavega with these many soldiers who is been approached, and then there's a daughter of time which is called Jara or Kala Kanya. Jara means budhapa or the old age. So in this allegorical story, the daughter of time is named as Jara or Kala Kanya. She approaches the king of Yavanas, whose name is Bhaya, the fear, that I want to get married to you. But Bhaya says, no, no, I will not marry you. You are very fearful. You are being accepted by people, though they do not want to being accepted by you, as every living entity doesn't want to be get old, but the old age comes and um, embraces the living entity, whether he wants it or not. So Bhai says, no, no, I don't want you to be my wife. Better you marry with my brother, whose name is Prajvara. Prajvara means the heat or the fever. So the Kalkanya marries Prajvara, and all of them, the Chandavega, the Bhaya, the king of Yavanas, the Kalakanya, and the Prajva, they are wandering now, and they finally reaches over the city of Puranjan, and they all attack the city of Puranjan. Then Puranjan is embraced by Kalkanya. The old age embraces the living entity. Idam shariram parinam peshalam patati avashyam shatasandhi jajaram. Kim Prichasi Muda Durmate, Niramayam Krishna Rasayanam Piba. As Raja Kulishekar, King Kulishekar speaks there in Mukundamala Sutta, Idam Shriram Parinama Peshilam. This body is going to vanish one day, whether you want it or you not. The Parinam, the final result is Peshilam. It's going to slain very soon. Parinam Peshilam Patati Avashyam. It definitely gets slain. It'll get definitely there is a patan for this body. Patati Avashyam Shat Sandhi Jarjaram. There are 100 joints in this body total. So every joint is being getting damaged. Shata Sandhi Jarjaram. Kim Aushadhim Prichasam. Which kind of medicine can save you living entity? Only Krishna Rasayanam Piba. Only the holy name, the elixir of holy name can save you. It's what is being said. And even Shankaracharya has also said, Angama Galitam Palitam Mundam Dashana Vahinam Ajatam Tundam Vriddho Yati Gritavadandam Tadapi Munchati Nasha Pindam. That Angama, the all Angas, all every organ of the body is being Galitam is being leaving you. Palitam Mundam, the hair are leaving you. Dashan Vahinam Jatam, the all 32 one by one they are leaving you. Vriddho Yati Gritavadandam. Now the you are being accompanied by a stick in the old age. And still, tadapi munchiti na asha pindam. Still, uh, you are carrying multiple plans, material plans for sense enjoyment and carrying it on your head. So, same the Puranjan is also doing. He doesn't want to be getting attacked by a Kalkanya. He doesn't want to embrace Kalkanya, but he is being forced to do that. And the five hooded snake which was protecting the city, the Prana, Pan, Vayan, Saman, Udan, Vayu, they also get defeated by Kalkanya and they leave the city. Now nobody is there to protect the city. All then Puranjan was not ready to leave his city, but he's forced to do it. So, as you can see, the Puranjan has become now very old. He enjoyed sense gratificatory things for hundreds of years, but Kalkanya comes and embraces him. Then Prajvara set fire to the city. Prajvara is the husband of Kalkanya, which means the fever. As Prabhupada explains in the purport that the fever, when the body, the person is going to die, the heat in the body increases. The fever almost reaches to 107 degree Fahrenheit. So the Prajvara has set fire to the whole city. There's a fever in the body, and fiery serpent has left the city because of the heat. And Puranjan continuously is thinking of his wife. What will happen to my wife? Means the living entity is thinking about the material intelligence, my material plans. I have made so many plans in my body. Tadapi munchiti asha pindam. What will happen to those plans? What will happen to my wife? How will she survive without me? So at the time of death, as Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Antakale Chamavaiva Swaran Mukta Kalivran. So whatever one is thinking at the time of death, he or she gets the same kind of body in the next birth. So similarly, the Puranjan is thinking of his wife only, because in the whole life what he has done, he has only enjoyed his wife. So in the next birth, the Puranjan takes birth in the form of a woman. So whosoever in this world is in a male body, it means he was a female in the previous birth, and she was thinking of a man at the time of death. That is why we have got a male body, and whosoever is a female here should think that in the last birth I was a man, and I was so much attached to a woman that at the time of death I a thought of a woman, and that is why I'm in a female body. So that's what is happening with the Puranjan. He gets a woman body in the next birth as a daughter of king of Vidarbha. Her name is Vidarbhi, the king of Maladhvaja, and he performed austerities and fixed his consciousness on Supreme Krishna, the Vidarbha. Then Vidarbhi was serving her husband nicely. Maladhvaja was the husband of Vidarbhi, and he was a great devotee of Krishna, and she was serving her husband very nicely. And one day came then when her husband became old and became dead, and she is crying to the dead body of his devotee husband, the king of Maladhvaja. Vidarbhi is crying, and now comes the in the first slide we have seen there was a friend of the living entity of the Puranjan whose name is Avigyat. Now that old Avigyat friend appears here. And who is that Avigyat friend? The Supreme Personality of Godhead in the form of Paramatma, who's living along with the living entity in this city of nine gates. That old friend comes over there and he speaks about the lessons of self-realization to Vedarbhi over there. Then Vedarbhi realizes that yes, I have wasted so much of my time, my energy, mm, mm, and um, then I wasted so much of my life in sense gratificatory activities. Huh? So, uh, if we think about the please formula here in this whole allegorical story, uh, one first is the personal application. So by this story, what I could personally think of that I should really chant very sincerely because everyone is old. Prabhupada used to say, "Who is not old?" Even a 5-year-old daughter, 5-year-old girl also says that I'm 5 year old. Everyone is old in this material world. Whosoever is near to death, Prabhupada used to say, is old person. So every one of us Padam Padam Yad Vipadan Nateshan. Every one of us is very, very prone for death. Anytime this death can come and embrace us. So everyone is old. So I should really chant sincerely as if this is my last chanting of the holy name. And after that, I might not get a chance to repeat the mantra again. Reading Shastras, I should not waste time in reading magazines or seeing a phone and other movies and other things, and should indulge more and more in reading Shastra. Shall not enjoy in youth, as the Bhagavatam explains. More you enjoy in youth, more you suffer at the old age. So, and I should try to do some menial services so that I can understand that I'm not this body, I'm a soul. And lessons, I'm not this body, as this is a city of nine gates, and I should use each gate very judiciously. Krishna should be the center of my life, not I, Ahamta and Mamta should be the center of my life. More enjoy, more I will suffer. And the examples and analogy I could think of, there's a analogy or an example explained in Srimad Bhagavatam, that a man is running and he's trying to be say trying to run away from an elephant, and he falls into a ditch, and then he holds on to the branch of a tree, and he thinks I have been saved, but there are snakes in the ditch over there, and he's just hanging around with the branches over there. And elephant is there. Elephant is like an old age. Elephant is a white elephant is uh, chasing that man. The white elephant represents the old age, and the snakes over there is represent the death. And he's just hanging between the old age and the death. And into such a precarious situation, what he does, and then the branch he's holding, there's a sound over there. Squish, 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 the kind of sound is over there. What are this? There you can see two rats are there, the white rat and black rat. So these represent the day and night, as Chandavega had 360 soldiers and 360 wives. So these white and black rats, they are trying to scratch onto the the branch he's holding, and very easily that branch is going to be broken once few very in the coming time. So day and night, uh, they are what is being done, as in Srimad Bhagavatam it has been explained that uh, with the passage of time, what the sun is doing, um, uh, the sun rising and setting of the sun um, is taking away of our life every day and every night. So that's what is being done by the white and black rats over here. Um, and then in this precarious situation, when he's hanging over there, the tree, the branch is about to fall, there are snakes, there's a white elephant. In such a precarious situation, that man, he sees over there, there's a beehive, and from there, there are drops of honey are being being dropped, and what he's doing, as you can see in the picture, he's trying to lick onto that honey. Even the bees are also biting him all over the body. The pains of the various miseries that we get of this material world, adi devik, adi bhauti, adi atmic. So these are like the bees stinging onto our body, and in such a bad condition that a person is still trying to enjoy the drops of honey. Hmm. So this is what example and analogy I could think of. That's what the Puranjan or the living entity or all of us are doing, running away from the old age, trying to save from the death. But one day this branch on which we are holding, the day and night are taking away of every second of our life from us. So in the Shastric references, Bhagavad Gita 8.5, Antakale च मामेव स्मरन्मुक्त्वा कलेवरं यः प्रयाति समद्भावम् याति नास्ति यत्र संशय, and जम जम वापि स्मरन् भावं त्यजन्ते कलेवरं तं तमेवति कौन्तेय सदा तद्भाव भाविता. And Bhagavatam, Shankaracharya one shloka, as I said, Angam Galitam Palitam Mundam, and Mukund Mala Stotra also, Raja Kulshekhar says that Idam Shridam Parinama Peshalam. So these are the Shastic references. Uh, and there's another Srimad Bhagavata, Udyanasthayan, so Tasya Tejasvinonita Uttam Shloka Vartaya. The rising and setting of the sun takes away of our life. So if we finish our today's presentation on allegorical story of King Puranjan, um, uh, जगद्गुरु शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। वांछाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जगद्गुरु शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। Thank you so much for patient listening. Hare Krishna.